underway.
And bird flu concerns hit close to home. How the outbreak is impacting Chicago's wildlife and local ecosystems.
And more on the school's visitor policies with Manifest and other events ahead.
And later, the biggest event for Columbia seniors this week, the Grad Expo.
Welcome to South Loop TV. I'm Sean Tumbokenflowers.
And I'm Greer Stewart. We begin this afternoon with breaking news regarding the nationwide hands-off protest that swept the U.S. last weekend. This past Saturday, April 5th, a mass protest took place across all 50 states. The protests were held in front of federal buildings, most predominantly state capitals. Over 30 cities in Illinois participated in the hands-off movement, which aimed to express discontent with current President Donald Trump. Here in Chicago, Fox 32 estimated that there were about 30,000 people gathered Saturday in the downtown Loop area.
Manifest comes every year, and this year Gerard Fogarty brings us to the amazing prep work that goes into putting on such a huge campus-wide event.
When Nevada has Burning Man and Chicago has Lollapalooza, Columbia has Manifest. The end of the year arts festival is the culmination of artistic expression for students from all corners of the school for just over 2 decades and counting. Manifest this year falls on Friday, May 16th. It's located on 3 unique lots between State Street and Wabash, as well as utilizing almost every building on campus. But pulling off such a feat in little over a month is no easy task. We decided to ask Braxton Mastery, a member of the Manifest team, about what goes into planning such a large-scale event.
It's been an amazingly smooth experience. We've got a lot of work done here. We're super excited to present this to the student body and just showcase the student body's work throughout the amazing semester they have worked for to help showcase all of this.
The team plays a crucial role in making Manifest happen, no doubt, but the festival wouldn't be complete without the students. We spoke with them to find out what they're most excited about for this year's event.
I'm super excited. I am very nervous, but I'm really excited to be able to show my work and be able to see what all my other peers have done and stuff like that. I think it's definitely a really great showcase and opportunity for us seniors to show hey, this is what we've done for the past 4 years. Yeah.
Well, one of my biggest things about Manifest I'd love to see is all the students coming together to show off all their work, all their art. And it's just cool to see such a community that, have this dire interest in whatever field they're going into and just being able to show it all to all of us, and we get to enjoy, we get to critique, and it's just a perfect time for everyone.
For this year, I think if something that is more interactive within the audience, or just generally people talking with each other, and then try to be more just being people.
While there's still time before the big day, preparations are underway and the students are getting ready. From the Student Center, Gerard Fogarty, South Loop TV.
Manifest is an amazing event coming here for Columbia. I love the stage combat.
It's definitely shaping up to be a can't-miss event this year. And speaking of things that are spreading across the news, we've been hearing a lot about the bird flu recently. Avian influenza, also known as bird flu, has been a viral topic as of late. Columbia's very own Beth Berg gives her thoughts on the bird flu impact on Chicago. Adria Hedrick brings us there.
As spring starts to set in, reports have arose of dead birds washing up on the shores of Lake Michigan. The most commonly given reason for these deaths is bird flu, but what is bird flu and how is it impacting the greater Chicago natural environment?
And there you see there's
Over the last few weeks, video footage has emerged on social media of deceased birds washing up on the shores of Lake Michigan, lifeless, potentially due to avian influenza.
seagull washed upon the shore of Oak Street Beach. I wasn't hoping to find this. I was hoping not to find this. But
We got the chance to sit down with Columbia professor of biology Beth Berg, who has done years of research on animal behavior and zoology. And we asked her what she makes of people finding these dead birds.
I think you're going to have to do pathology to find out, but if the bird doesn't look like there was other external trauma, I would assume you would have to assume flu could be an option.
Outside of the waterfowl we've noticed here in the city, bird flu is making a broader impact on the agricultural world.
From what is currently on the CDC website, they are mostly looking at bird flu in cattle and in poultry and in other agricultural-based settings.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, bird flu is a reason egg prices have gotten so expensive recently. In February, the USDA even pledged to devote $1 billion to help save poultry and lower egg prices.
So probably things like chickens. And I know they're blaming the cost of eggs on bird flu, which if you have to, the way to stop disease in a lot of times in agricultural settings is to prematurely kill a whole section.
While it is possible for humans to contract avian influenza, it's not very common. For those who do get it, however, it has been recorded to have a fairly high fatality rate.
From what I was reading on the various sources this morning, it looks like it's about a 50% fatality rate for people that catch it, which means none of us want bird flu.
To protect both yourself and your animals from bird flu, it's important to stay away from any dead birds you may see outside in Chicago. I'm Adria Hedrick, reporting for South Loop TV.
We're breaking down what it really takes to bring someone on campus. That story coming up.
As Columbia gets ready for change in leadership, the weather's changing too. But will it bring sunshine or storms? Your campus forecast is just ahead.
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay!
Danny. Danny! Labs.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carry naloxone. You could save a life.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
As Columbia's biggest events of the year approach, one question remains at the door. Who gets in and how? My co-anchor Greer Stewart has more information on the college's closed campus policy and what it means for visitors hoping to attend.
As campus events like Manifest and Rent the Musical approach, students are facing a common question: how the school's closed access policy affects visitor access and whether there's room for flexibility. Since 2008, Columbia College Chicago has required students, faculty, and staff to swipe in at every campus building, part of a closed campus policy. The policy is designed to minimize security risk, but it's been a source of frustration for some students. Students who wish to have a guest can receive a form for approval from faculty or security, depending on the building, for scheduled events or meetings. Student organizations can also reach out to faculty advisors or leadership in SGA to submit documentation for non-Columbia guests. Guests are subject to ID checks or scans and may be refused upon entry at campus security discretion if paperwork is not submitted at least 2 days before a given time frame. Faculty and staff also fill out this form for their guests including children. For more information on how to bring your family, friends, and professional guests onto the campus, talk to security, instructors, and campus officials to pre-register for non-Columbia guests.
While getting outside guests on campus might take some planning, so does dressing for the days ahead. From clouds to sunshine and back again, here's what to expect as we head into the weekend and beyond. Friday will be cloudy with a maximum of 42 degrees and a minimum of 33 degrees. Saturday will go from a high of 53 and mostly sunny to a cloudy Sunday reaching 60. Next week begins cloudy, going from 59 on Monday, late 40s on Tuesday and Wednesday, and back to 59 degrees on Thursday. Classic spring in Chicago starts with clouds, gives us some hope, then sun, and then back to gray skies.
Right, but you know what? I'll take it, because at least Sunday's hitting 60, so that's basically summer.
And while the weather's always shifting, Columbia is preparing for a different kind of change, one at the very top. The college is welcoming a new president this summer, and it's a historic moment. Cassidy Casanova has the story.
Columbia College Chicago is preparing for a new chapter as the college gets ready for a new president and CEO. Dr. Shante N. Bolton will be taking office on July 1st as the school's new president.
See you soon!
Bolton previously served as the Vice President of Administration and Finance at Georgia Tech. She supervised infrastructure and equity projects. Dr. Bolton will be the first woman of color to be president of Columbia. Students like Chea are looking forward to seeing what this change means for the school.
I mean, like having a black president, they'll be able to excel here as this is a liberal arts school and be able to show off everything that they're capable of.
Dr. Bolton even shared her excitement about starting her historical journey at Columbia.
There's no better place to immerse myself in a community that lives and breathes creativity. I can't wait to meet you all, experience your incredible work firsthand, and become a part of this thriving Columbia family.
Dr. Bolton will officially be taking office on July 1st. Cassidy Casanova reporting for South Loop TV.
It's so exciting to see Columbia making history like this, with Dr. Bolton stepping in as the first woman of color to lead the college. Such a huge moment.
For sure, a fresh perspective can go a long way.
Well, I'm definitely rooting for everyone black.
Coming up, caps, gowns, and a few last snapshots. Columbia seniors are one step closer to graduation. We'll take you inside this year's Grad Expo.
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay!
Danny. Danny! Labs.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carry naloxone. You could save a life.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
For Columbia seniors, graduation is just around the corner, and this week they've got a chance to mark a big milestone. Allie Brenneman takes us inside the Grad Expo, where students prepared for their final moments on campus.
Columbia seniors flock to the Student Center Wednesday and Thursday this week for Grad Expo. The expo provides a variety of resources for this year's graduates, including the opportunity to take free professional grad photos and to pick up commencement tickets.
While it is free for students to take the grad photos, if students decide they want to buy the images, there will be a price associated with whichever memorabilia package they choose.
For so long, I've just been like, I'm eventually going to graduate, and now it's like, oh, there's a bunch of my classmates in caps and gowns everywhere, oh God. And like, you know, they're like my friends, I know who they are, so I'm like, oh God, like, we're graduating.
I'm just super excited to graduate. It's been a crazy 4 years.
I feel like this is the first time I've gotten to see everyone I'm graduating with. So it's a real cool opportunity to see people who I've like grown up with for the past 4 years, see new faces too.
We asked students what they gained from the expo and how they're feeling as they move towards their last moments at Columbia.
So I was coming to Grad Expo both because it's like, you know, required. I got to pick up my tickets and everything. And also just to see like all the different things. I thought it was really cool how the college has all the different booths, like for the Career Center, college advising, manifest.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that we still had access to like the Career Center after we graduated, which is really nice. I guess the process is a little bit different after you graduate, but that makes sense.
So it's super exciting, and I'm super proud of like everyone.
The expo was the last step towards graduation for many of this year's seniors. Commencement takes place Sunday, May 18th at Credit Union 1 Arena. This is Allie Brenneman for South Loop TV. Back to you in the studio.
It's crazy to think graduation is already right around the corner. Greer, how are you feeling about all this? You're one of the seniors wrapping things up.
Well, the lines were definitely long for tickets, but not as long as my time here. And although it's bittersweet, I'm definitely excited for what's going to happen next after Columbia.
Today we have a special guest on the program, Mackenzie Endlich, who just produced The Orange, a short film that has been selected by both the Milwaukee Film Festival and the Chicago Cine Youth Film Festival. Mackenzie, what is The Orange about, and what does it mean to you that it's been selected for both of these festivals?
Well, The Orange is a story about a woman who is trying to just simply eat an orange, but is interrupted when a pesky little crow tries to steal her food. But it means a lot to me that my film was selected for both the Milwaukee Film Festival and the Chicago Cine Youth, because it just shows that, you know, as a creative, you know, when you put your heart and soul into something and put in production, then it gets recognized. And for all the young filmmakers out there, it's really inspiring.
And this is not your first project. You've worked on Puck in the past as part of the art department. What is it like now producing your own piece?
I definitely learned a lot of lessons from Puck, especially like how to organize my time. Time management was a big thing. Because animation is such like a detailed and thorough process, I really had to organize my thoughts and plan ahead in order to meet my deadlines, which thankfully I managed to do.
Mackenzie, thank you so much for coming on to our show. You can watch The Orange on April 27th at the Cine Youth Film Festival or on the online premiere. And if you missed that, catch it on May 6th at the Milwaukee Film Festival.
From volleyball to basketball and even dance, Columbia students are staying active and competitive. We've got the latest on practice times and upcoming events. Stick around to find out how you can join in.
And later, meet the student who's making waves both in and out of the classroom. We're shining the spotlight on someone who's not just excelling, but inspiring others along the way. That story next.
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay!
Danny, wake up!
Danny. Danny! Labs.
Danny, we need to talk.
Danny! Danny! She's overdosing.
When no one else knows what to do, it's gotta be you. Carrying the lock zone, you could save a life.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Flex on the gram.
Here's a look at the practice schedules and events you won't want to miss this season.
Renegades Volleyball continues their competitive-only practices every Sunday as students prepare for their upcoming volleyball competitions this season. Volleyball practices take place at the East-West Gym from 1 to 3 p.m. The Black Wolves basketball team continues their weekly basketball open runs from 8 to 10 p.m. on Wednesdays and competitive-only practices from 1 to 3 p.m. on Sundays. The badminton team practice happens on Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. and the soccer team practice will be Monday and Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. And finally, the dance teams are continuing their open practices and classes, which take place on Fridays from 4 to 5 p.m. in the Dance Center. For more information about upcoming events, check out through Columbia website and Engage.
Sounds like Columbia campus is buzzing with all sorts of action.
Definitely. And speaking of students making things happen, we've got a new student spotlight this week.
Balancing stage lights and spotlight dreams, student life isn't easy, but one Columbia student is dancing through it all while building a brand that blends performance, passion, and personality. Here's Sabrina Belmonte with more.
Hello, so today we have Dominic Rodriguez, a musical theater major with double minors in dance and social media, digital strategy, and he's redefining by making performance with a personal branding. So Dominic isn't just singing and dancing, he's mastering the biz. From TikToks to YouTube, he uses storytelling and humor to showcase his journey and build his brand. Whether it's college, life skits, or backstage moments, his content keeps it real. Broadway and film, TV, or even leading social media for a fashion brand, he's not choosing one dream, he's chasing them all. From stage lights to screen time, Dominic Rodriguez is proof that the spotlight has no limits. This has been this week's Student Spotlight. I'm Sabrina Belmonte.
Inspiring story.
Absolutely. It's not every day that you see someone chasing multiple dreams at once like that. Dominic is definitely showing us that the spotlight has no limits. If you're looking to tune in to more South Loop TV, be sure to look for our podcast, South Loop TV in your ear, hosted by my co-anchor, Sham Tombokin Flowers on Podbean.
And be sure to follow us on Instagram at South Loop TV. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Tombokin Flowers.
And I'm Greer Stewart. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and we'll see you next time on South Loop TV.